Hi, I'm Zara from Salesforce.
Hi, I'm Namita. So nice to meet you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. The day's been, nice and slow, nothing too crazy or busy, so I hope it stays this way.
That's good. How's your weekend?
Weekend was also good. Just got some work done. It was just a nice, restful end to the week.
I'm glad. Thank you for sharing your Monday with me today.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
So I saw that we connected on LinkedIn, and I saw that you are part of a lot of sales startups in Austin.
Yeah, the startup scene is fantastic, and the great thing about it is even though I predominantly work in sales, you kind of get experience in every aspect of the startup, so it's just a really great, valuable learning lesson, I guess. I know you're from Austin, so
Yes.
I can actually give you their contact information, and you can go check it out.
Thank you. That'd be awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you
you're
so
welcome.
much. So I'm just going to give you my business card now. If you have any questions after the interview, just feel free to email me or call me.
Thank you.
No problem. So just to make sure, do we have 8 to 10 minutes today for this interview?
Yes.
And then will anyone else be joining us today?
No, it's just going to be me today, and I'll just kind of digest the information that you give me and take a decision from there. So.
Awesome. Is it okay if I ask you questions and take notes about Five?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So to start off, how many employees do you have on your sales team?
We have about 32 salespeople, and we have a few managers that kind of see the work they do and overlook that team.
Okay. And so how many offices are located nationally?
So we have about 5 major offices, and the headquarters are in the Irving location.
That's awesome. It's like really close by too.
Yeah, definitely not too far, so that's nice.
It's really good. I've noticed the growth of your company, and it's like really great.
Yeah.
The numbers speak for itself. So with the growth, are there any target points that you guys are trying to achieve?
Yeah, so in terms of growth, I would say our main goals are we would like to expand into Canada and Mexico. So we really want to go international, and it's been a pretty big project for us because, there's just so many things that we have to look out for once we're doing international business, and there's a bit of a language barrier, so it's been a pretty crazy project, but we're really excited.
Definitely good luck with that.
Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about the CRM that Five is currently using right now?
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. We actually let our salespeople use whatever they would like to. There's not one uniform CRM. So we even have some people who use Microsoft Excel, and they manually enter in all of their information. So it's really whatever works for them.
So how many would you say clients that you guys serve?
We have about 2,000 clients.
It's a lot. It's good.
It's quite a bit, yeah. It's pretty hard to manage.
So how do you follow up with your clients?
So that's also something that we give full freedom to the salespeople. Since there's not one uniform CRM, some of them follow up through email, some of them use LinkedIn, and we even have some salespeople that will write handwritten notes just because they think it's a nice personal touch to their clients.
And so how do your clients feel about the system?
Our salespeople, or?
I like your salespeople.
Yeah, okay. Our salespeople, they like it. There hasn't been any big major concerns. They like that they can kind of do what they want, and they have voiced some issues in terms of communication, but there hasn't been any big red flags where we had to, fix anything, so nothing too pressing.
Okay, so going off of the concerns, are there any challenges that Five is currently facing?
Yeah, so I would say our biggest concern is the communication aspect, and that's communication with the sales manager and the salesperson, and communication between the client and the salespeople. So sometimes, since we don't have one uniform system, our clients can be contacted by multiple salespeople, which is kind of a waste of time for everyone, and it's not good for the client. And since we also don't have that uniform system, it's hard for our sales managers to see where the salespeople are in the pipeline and in the sales process. Mm-hmm. So if there was just one way to streamline it, that would fix that issue.
Understandable. So do you think there's any security issues that the company is going through?
Yeah, so one of the great things about a CRM is that it provides a nice security feature. And because we don't have that, we actually had an instance where one of our salespeople left and they got a job at a different company and they completely took all of their leads with them. And so we lost all of those accounts, which we really would like to prevent in the future.
Oh no, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a good experience at all, but hopefully it doesn't happen again.
So what would you say is like a pro to the system that you guys are currently using?
I would say the main thing that the salespeople like about it is that they've been using this way of maintaining their sales for so long that it's nice and comfortable. You know, they don't have to go out of their comfort zone and try something new. So I think they really like that aspect of it.
So on the other side, what are the cons that you think are with the system?
I would just say communication is a big one, yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, just for statistical purposes, how many deals have you currently lost?
So it was pretty sad. We haven't lost a lot of deals, but the ones that we have been pretty big. And we would like to prevent that from happening because we lost, hundreds of $1,000s. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was not good. So we wouldn't want that to happen again.
Definitely not, no. So I know finding accounts is time-consuming and kind of difficult. Would you say eliminating like the weekly meetings and the weekly reports would help you expand your clientele base?
Yeah, so because those weekly reports have to be done since we don't have a streamlined way of managers looking after the salespeople, if we do have a CRM that could give us that, then we could completely get rid of those meetings and then we could just spend that time, finding new leads, which is a pretty difficult process. Like we have a whole team dedicated towards that. So more time spent would just mean we would get more leads and it would be fantastic.
Definitely. So do you think that there would be a significant raise in your ROIs?
I think so. Just like the more people we reach out to statistically, the more people hopefully we would make sales with and close deals with, which would, boost our ROI. So that would be great.
That's good. So if you had a system that would improve your communication, the security, the accessibility, do you think you'd be interested in something like that? Would your company be interested in that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And since we are expanding, I think we're not just growing internationally, but we would also like to streamline some of the things that we do inside the office. And I think we're just ready to take, a new step in a different direction and see how that works out for us, kind of a trial and error type thing. And so far, we like what we see, so.
Definitely. So if we could offer a system to help the transition to a new system, that would be something you'd be into.
Yeah, so at first, I have a little bit of a concern with the learning curve because, like I told you, since our salespeople are so comfortable with the way we've been doing it, having them switch over to a new thing, even though it is something that we want to do, I'm a little concerned with how they would be able to train and kind of understand that new CRM.
Definitely, no, I completely understand your concern, and there are different ways that we go about that. There's videos online to help you through the navigation of the system. There's 24/7 online services, and just us, we can help you arrange a way for a hands-on experience. But we can talk about that if you want to look further into that.
Okay, yeah, great. I didn't know that. That sounds great.
So I know that you have issues with security and communication and accessibility, and I would really like to further talk about this. Would you be able to go to meet me next week, maybe for another meeting to talk more about it?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to meet up again, and I have your contact information, so I'll reach out to you and we can set something up.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.